smash the like button, and subscribe.
I am 37.
And do you support Trump?
Currently, yes.
Okay, so if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Trump is bringing us back to, like, how do I say this? Isolated America that's strong America. What he's going to do is he's essentially isolated us, so we have to focus on American infrastructure and rebuilding here instead of outsourcing things. And not only that, with the collapse and isolating us, we'll have to return to essentially a white Christian nation. And I feel like that's what a lot of Trump supporters want.
Is that what you want?
No, but I feel like that's the current argument. And I feel like making America strong and bringing a bunch of the...
So wait, to clarify, are you a Trump supporter?
Currently, yes.
Okay, so, but like, and you don't want there to be a quote-unquote formed, forceful white Christian nation, right, based upon the isolation of America. So then my question would be then, is if you think Trump is doing that, why do you support him?
Because he's going to bring production here. I feel that he's going to do that. I don't have like proof or anything.
What if I told you that real domestic manufacturing investment declined every single quarter of Trump's administration so far?
Well, absolutely. But that's kind of going to be his selling point to like reestablish it here in America. Like we have fuel, but we don't have the capacity to like refine this, wow, I'm really bad with terms. I'm so sorry. But we don't have the infrastructure able to refine oil in a way that we need it.
Okay. So you think that we don't have the ability to refine the oil in the manner in which we need it? You know that Trump, his son-in-law actually sold our largest refinery to Saudi Arabia?
Wait, on U.S. soil?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Largest U.S. refinery sold to Saudi Arabia.
Can you explain how that works?
What do you mean?
Like, if we have the facility, how did we sell it to them? They're going to bring it here?
Other countries can buy things within our country.
So is it like a business building that they bought?
They bought the refinery?
Right. So without the oil,
they transferred ownership of the refinery.
The oil from us?
What?
So you're saying they have this refinery that we just sold to them, right?
Yeah.
Well, where are they getting the oil for this refinery?
Probably themselves. That's Saudi Arabia. So
import this oil from Saudi Arabia to U.S. soil to use that facility?
Yeah.
That sounds very dumb.
Why?
Well, because we have oil. We literally produce it. Why wouldn't we have that facility?
I guess we don't produce oil like that. And that's because Trump's son-in-law decided to sell it. If you want to keep it for the U.S., why did he decide to sell it?
No, I agree 100%. That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I brought it up is I thought you would disagree with it.
Okay, I have no more argument. I just felt he was going to bring more production here. Like, but if he's isolating us...
So to clarify, but if he's literally decreased real domestic manufacturing investment every single quarter of his administration, what makes you think that there's going to be an increase in that?
Well, I just feel like if we're isolating... Like, if he's isolating the U.S. and cutting ties with all of these countries, like, what's going to happen? He agreed that he wanted he loves Russia, he loves North Korea, and those are very, I feel, independent nations. No.
You think Trump loves Russia and North Korea?
Yeah, didn't he say that North Korean guy was, like, cool and he was smart on how he did stuff?
He calls him Rocket Man.
Now he does.
He did before as well.
Wait, didn't he hang out with him and say
yeah, he did.
Cool
he did, and it went really bad for him.
Oh my gosh. I thought that he was taking that like economy idea and bringing it here. And yes, it is an isolation. Like, nobody helps North Korea. Nobody really helps Russia. They do everything themselves. And that was kind of like his long-term goal for the US. Like, in 50 years, I feel like we will be...
Wait, isn't his claims that, like, we need to like, take over Greenland and we need to take oil from Venezuela because Russia and China were getting it? So how can we claim that, like, he's close with Russia while simultaneously he's arguing that, like, Russia is the reason why we need to expand our interests around ourselves?
I mean, I don't see that in news a lot.
That's what he said, though.
Oh, well, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I guess, like, the point I would make is that, like, I think some isolation is good, And I think isolation makes sense within certain sense, but we can't completely isolate ourselves in the world from global trade. We can't completely isolate ourselves from our allies. That makes no sense, and it doesn't benefit us at all. It benefits us to have relationships with our allies.
Is there a reason that we can't build that infrastructure here? We're spending
Yes,
trillions on a
it's
war.
more
Why
it's
can't
more
we spend
costly
that?
to do so. And there's also, by the way, like if we just did everything here in the United States, well then we aren't going to be able to get all the materials we need. We're not going to have the necessary trade relations with other countries, and we also aren't going to be able to produce goods as effectively because other countries around the world will produce goods in more effective manners than we will here in the United States, meaning it will be better for them to produce those goods compared to us because we'll have to spend less resources to produce those goods. Think about it this way. If we need to produce everything we need here in the United States, that means we're going to have to spend more of our resources trying to develop them in this country. We will have to
But
spend
wouldn't that be
less of the
helpful
resources that
long
we
term?
have in order to be able to get everything that we need if we do have trade with other countries around the world because they can produce goods, right, in certain contexts, in certain industries more effectively than we can, depending on the environmental context in that scenario, whether it's them producing it or whether it's specifically like they live in an environment or an area that's better for producing it.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I apologize for my ignorance. I can only go off of the information that I've been given.
Hmm.
Um, and so this is definitely a light. I feel like not all, absolutely not all. But if we did bring more manufacturing to America, we would make our nation greater because it would, in long term, like have stable economy that we would bring more jobs.
We've had the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years since Trump got in
You are
office. Conditions for
absolutely
job
right.
growth have not
Absolutely right.
become better
I'm
off.
talking within
You're
like
talking about in the
50 years.
future. Yeah,
Yes.
but like that's not going to happen because the next president's going to get rid of these tariffs, right? If they were still executive based, but they're actually going to be they're going to be gone even before Trump's out of office because Congress is going to have to vote on it within like 100 days or so.
Yeah, no, the tariffs thing is stupid. And we didn't get any of the like brought back money from that. That just went to the company.
Okay.
Like none of us as people got that. I'm talking like infrastructure. If we could build infrastructure here, it would give more jobs and we'd have like overall probably less prices on stuff.
Well, I think the best way to build up infrastructure is specifically through the infrastructure bill that the Biden-Harris administration passed, the Inflation Reduction Act, which the Biden-Harris administration passed, the Chips and Science Act, which the Biden-Harris administration passed, which means investing into manufacturing in this country so that we can compete on a global stage rather than just cutting ourselves off from the global stage.
Oh, someone says ask her who pays tariffs. We like if I buy something, I pay that tariff. Yes, I know this. And then when tariffs were like deemed wrong, the company that I bought something from got reimbursed the tariffs. Like I understand that. I do. And I just feel if we brought I think long term Trump is good at he's going to bring us back to a white national America.
Do you want that?
Well, obviously, I don't. But I
So then, so
think
then,
that's
so
his
then, why do you
goal
keep bringing that up? That's
because I
bad. You understand that his
yes,
goals are racist. Why do you support him?
so when I say, how do I? It's not white nationalism, okay?
You just said
America
they want to bring back
first.
a white Christian nation. That's quite literally white nationalism.
Yes, I understand. I do. It's the same with having like race traders, I guess is what they would be called. Like in ICE, you have a lot of Hispanic people that are getting paid well because they don't have like the means for jobs right now, and it gives them some form of security. They're now being deemed as like true Americans, right? And I feel that the people that are here and essentially race traders will be like accepted in this make America great.
I don't know what argument you're trying to make. You understand that like they literally are advocating. You just said for a white Christian nation, meaning their incentive is to keep the population right a majority white. Okay, if you agree that their goals are racist, why do you still support them?
You're right. Thank you for your time.
Okay.